Hey everyone, welcome to the next webinar on publishing. Quite excited about this one. Previously we've talked about PDF publishing and Word and PowerPoint publishing and all the things that Optuma can do. But what we really want to focus on this time is the web publishing. Now, some of you may have used our web publishing in the past, and what that meant was that you could take the pages in your workbook and send them up to a website and share that link with your clients, for instance, and that all worked well. What we really wanted to do as we were releasing the 64-bit is just make it a whole lot nicer and just a whole lot better interface. And we've done a lot of work. There's more that we want to do, so keep watching that space as well. But if you're a publisher and you need to share your analysis with clients, maybe you're a portfolio manager and you want to share with your clients the sort of charts you're looking at, this just makes it really easy. And that's our goal at Optuma, is to take away the drudgery of the non-core tasks. There's so many technical analysts I see who are spending times in graphics packages, trying to put annotations on charts and things. It just doesn't make sense, to be spending time doing that. That's what our goal is. And again, I'll just implore you, if you see a way that we can improve what we do, please do let us know. Because it's only by continuing to find ways to meet our clients' needs that Optuma just keeps getting better and better. So let's go and have a look at this. So what I've got is a workbook here. This workbook is one that I was just recently using in some of the CMT education that we're doing. What we've got in here is a number of these pages have recommendations put in there. Now, of course, this fictitious recommendations. I'm not your financial advisor, so don't take my advice on any of this without doing your own research. Full disclaimer there. But the you can see just how this system works. I can come along and I can look at a chart. I've got AIG here with an ADX. I can be looking at this and saying, well, the trend strength there on the ADX is rolling over. But maybe, I'm not sure what this is yet, so maybe we'll keep this one as a hold at this point. So it's a hold, and I put in a note here, trend strength, if I can spell correctly, is rolling over, and just leave it at that. So, the beauty is that I can come along here now, no matter which AIG chart I look at, remember that journal note is tied to the ticker. So it's tied to AIG. So I could open up a brand new chart and see the analysis. And the other thing actually I should do whenever I'm using these journals is actually store an image. And the reason for that is that when I come back to this in, let's say, 2 weeks' time, and I'm wondering, why did I keep that as a hold? Well, I can see the chart that I was looking at when I made that rating. So nevertheless, we've done this, we've gone through, we've got a workbook here, and I want to communicate this with our clients. So again, we go to the file menu, we go to the publish workbook, and this time I'm choosing web at the end of the list here. Now when you choose web, let's just do PDF first, come back and choose web again, you'll see that we've got all these extra options added. I can choose to include the workbook when I publish to the web, and that way if my clients have Optuma as well, they can download my workbook and view that and actually view the charts on their own copies. I can show an index page, I can show, I can decide whether I'm going to include my ratings. Now you may have different groups of clients, and for compliance reasons you may be allowed to tell one group of clients what your ratings are, but for another group you may not be able to. And so you've got that sort of flexibility when you publish to choose. Again, whether I'm including the journal and whether I'm including annotations. I'm not sure if we've done annotations before in the PowerPoint. Works the same way. I can put annotations on these charts. But again, I can go through my pages here and see what I've got. I've got 2 IBMs, so I might just take one of those out. And I've got 2 Johnson & Johnson, take one of those out. Again, title here, so this is my report for February 2017, even though it's March. And I could put in a description here. Market is looking strong, and etc. I could keep writing whatever I wanted to. Of course, spell checking is in all of these forms now, so if I make a mistake, it will tell me and I can fix that in there. So I've got all of that. Now, down the bottom, this is really important. When I tick that this report is public, what that means is that it could be searchable by other people. And we're going to point the Google spiders and things like that at it so that it's all indexed, and people searching the web for an opinion on, let's say, IBM, will be able to find these charts and be able to find this analysis. So we're still working on that part of it, but that's what public means. Now, maybe this is something that I just want to send to my clients. I don't want anyone else to see it. Or what I can do is I can mark it as private instead. Now, private means that it's there. The only way that you can find it is if you know the exact URL for that site. And so that's how that works. And then password protected. If I click that, I could type a password in here. And that means that not only do they need to know the URL, but they need to know the password as well. And so it's that extra level of protection on the reports that you may be publishing. So let's just leave this one public for the moment because I want to show you the searching when we get in there. And let's go publish. So we'll see how long this takes. We've only got 10 pages there. In one of the tests we've done, we took a 200-page workbook and sent it up to the server, and it only took, I think, about a minute to send 200 pages up. So it's, already this is now on the server, and the server is actually unzipping the files and creating all the pages and all the HTML and building all of that. So it's fairly quick. Interestingly, there's a bit of time that goes on there. So what we might do, since this is a pre-recorded one, we might just pause for the moment while we wait for that just to finish up. All right, so what we've got is it's now loading up the page for me, automatically brings up the browser to show me the page. That one took a little bit of time. I think the time's going to be dependent, obviously, on your internet speed and where you are in the world and which server you're talking to out of our different data centers around the world. So here's what we can see. So the title is as I had before. So it's by me, the date, here's my comment, and we're seeing my index page. Now my index page is all of these charts, and what you can see is the little thumbnails with whatever my rating is. Now if I had said don't include the rating, well, that wouldn't show. So that's only because I've put a rating on. Here are a couple of charts, Disney and Harley Davidson, that I haven't rated, and so there's nothing added to those. But any one of these I can click on and say, right, I want to look at what's happening with Alcoa. Click on that, and then we get to the chart. So maybe if we just get rid of the picture of me for a second, what you can see here is just the chart. I've got it rated as a buy. This was the date that I rated it, so that was yesterday. And that's really important because, there can be times where you don't get to rate a stock every day. There's times where you've got to go through, you're doing your rating, maybe a handful of stocks every day, you're looking at the charts. That date will be the date that you actually rated it, not today's date when you actually published it. And then the notes obviously there. And then the clients, you can you can click on it again to get an expanded view. I mean, that was pretty expanded already, but you can see how all of that works. So this is the publishing now. Just quickly back in Optuma, once that's been published, there's the copy URL. So if you want to get the URL to put it into an email to send to your clients, you can grab that from there. The other thing worth noting is the web history. Now, with the web history, what it's doing here is every time we publish a report, it's going to be there. You can see how many times it's been viewed. when you published it. If there was a password, the password will be written here in case you've forgotten and you need to send that to clients. With any of these, just click on it and then Control-C allows you to copy it. Now, if you were using the old publisher, the old system in Market Analyst days, you can still see those. So we go Control-C on this one, and let's jump back to our browser. Where is it? Here. And I just want to open up a new tab quickly, and we'll paste that one in. And you can see the old system is still there as well. So that all of those remain, even though they're on the old MAV7 domain rather than the Optuma domain. So this is the publishing, you know, as I said, really nice for being able to go through and communicate these charts and show them to your clients. But a few of the other things I really wanted to show you is that if we come back here and we jump to, let's just go to publish.optuma.com. And back into the home page. Now, I'm logged in already as myself. You can say, it's saying, "G'day, Matthew," there. And what I can do is I can go to my reports. So I can click on this and I can see from here what my reports are. Now, you're only going to see that when you're logged in. And so we can see the published pages that I've got there with the icons of the charts as well. So again, it's a nice way of being able to see you know, the reports that I've done in the past. I can search now because I listed mine as public. Actually, what I should do is let's log out. Let's log out of here. I want to log out just for the moment. Just wait for that to log out. There we go. So I'm logged out. I want to go back to the home page there. All right. So now this is what you would see if somebody came to publish.optuma.com and they saw, you know, this was the first time they were coming in, they weren't logged in. What you can do is you can log in if you're a publisher. So you just use your same credentials as you use in Optuma. Just log in here. There's a video, which will actually be this video once we record this one. And the other thing up here is you'll see this search option where you can click on that and we could type in a code. Now, for instance, I had IBM. So let's just say, I want to know what other people are saying about IBM. Well, I can come along here to IBM, hit enter, and then it'll go and search for any IBM charts. Now, I've got 2 charts that I added there. So what I can do is come along here, click on the title, and it'll bring me into that analysis. So it's a way that we can search for the analysis and just see what other charts have been done. Now, those charts will be listed in reverse order. So the most recent IBM will be at the top, and then I can find what's being said. So obviously right now, there's not much content in this new system. So the search is probably not going to bring back too many results. But it is there and it's part of what we're building. And of course, if I'm on a chart like this and I want to tweet about it or something like that, I can do that. I can put it on Facebook, you know, all of those things as well. So, you know, just a really great way of being able to get through this. Again, because this is a public report and I made it public, you know, without logging in, I can see everything about this report as well. You make them private, no one else is going to see that. So this is the new system we're building. This is the way that we're putting it together, you know, trying to make it easy so that you can communicate analysis like this. And I certainly hope that it really helps you in communicating with your clients. If you need to send charts to people, it's a great way of doing that. Now, I know that I said that there would be 3 sessions on publishing, but there's one important aspect that I forgot to mention in the other presentations, and that was the way that we can actually schedule these print jobs to run in the middle of the night. Using command lines and things like that. So that's a whole separate session as well. And so I want to focus on that one next week and really give you just an overview of how you can schedule these reports to be created automatically using the window scheduler and the command line options in Optuma. So we'll cover that one next week. Thanks again for watching. Any questions, any suggestions on how we can make this better for you, please do let us know. But do go check it out. Go check out publish.optuma.com and you should be able to find that report that I've just put up there today. Thanks again. Bye-bye.